Alright, so today we're going to be going over the product rule, which is a rule that can be used when deriving a function. So let's say you have d over dx of fx times the function g of x. So by the product rule, you would multiply function fx times the derivative of g of x, and then add that to the derivative of f of x times g of x. Alright, let's start out with number one. So number one is find the derivative of function x in two ways, by using the product rule and by performing a multiplication first. So we'll use the product rule and then we'll check our answer with the power rule. So if we use the product rule, it's fx times g prime plus f prime times gx. So if we do that, it's 1 plus 2x squared times 1 minus 2x, and then we add that to 4x times, draw it down here, x minus x squared. So if we simplify all of that out, we get 1 minus 2x squared times negative 2x is negative 4x cubed, and then we get 1 times negative 2x is negative 2x, and then we get 1 times 2x squared is 2x squared, and then we add all of that to 4x times x is 4x squared, and then 4x times negative x squared is negative 4x cubed. Now all we gotta do is let's add the like terms together. So we get 1 minus 2x, and then we get plus 6x squared, and then minus 8x cubed. So that is our answer by the product rule. So let's try using the power rule now. So let's simplify this out from the original function. So if we simplify the original function, we get x minus x squared and plus 4x cubed and minus 2x to the fourth power. So if we use the power rule and simplify that, we get 1 minus 2x plus, no, not 4x3. Oh, that's 2. This is 2x to third power. 6x squared minus 8x cubed. So you can see by the power rule and the product rule, we got the same answer. So you could use a product rule or multiply it out and use a power rule, whichever one's faster and more convenient. Alright, so let's move on to these few questions here. So we're seeing a lot of fractions and stuff here. So with the fractions and the radicals, we're going to rewrite the question so that we can find that answer a lot easier. So if we rewrite function j of u, we get u to the negative 1 power plus u to the negative second power times u plus u to the negative first power. So now if we use the product rule, we would have u to the negative first power plus u to the negative second power times 1 plus, or rather, negative u to negative second power, and then we add that to negative u to negative second power minus 2u to negative third power, and then we multiply that to u plus u to negative 1 power. It's a bit long, so I'm thinking we'll do the odd questions here so we have enough space. So now if we simplify everything out, we would get u to the negative 1 power minus u to negative third power plus u to negative second power minus u to negative fourth power, and then that's added on to negative u to negative 2 power times u, which would give us negative u to negative 1 power, and then negative 2u to negative 3 power times u, that would give us negative 2u to negative second power, and then negative u to negative second power times u to negative 1 power would give us negative u to negative third power, and then finally minus 2u to negative fourth power. So this is what we end up with. Now we have to just add together like terms, and we can put it in a form in which there isn't any negative exponents. So if we do that, we get the negative u to negative 1 power crosses out. We have to negative second power, we have 1 positive, 2 negative. So we get negative u to negative second power. And then for cross that out, for negative 3, we get u to 1u, 1 negative. So we get negative 2u to negative third power. And then for 4, we get negative 1, negative 2. So negative 3u to negative fourth power. And now if we simplify, or rather put it in a form without negative exponents, we would get 1 over u squared negative, and then we would negative 2 over u cubed minus 3 over u to the fourth power. And that would be your final answer. And just because of time constraints, we're going to do just a few questions. So we're not going to do 18, and we're not going to do 19. Let's try out number 21. So number 21, if we use the product rule, then we would have t plus 2e to t power. And then here this would be t to the 1/2 power. So let's rewrite it as that for now. Then if we find derivative t to 1/2 power, it would be 1/2 times t to negative 1/2 power. And then we add that to 1 plus 2et, and then multiply it to that t 1/2 power. And now if we simplify it all together, we would get 1/2 t to the 1/2 power plus 2et, or rather not 0, would be 1 et times t to negative 1/2 power, and then plus t to 1/2 power plus 2et times t to 1/2 power. So now if we write it in a system in which there's no negative exponents, we would have, or rather if we simplify it first. So we have here 3.5 t to 1/2 power, and then we have a et to a negative 1/2, and then 2et to t to 1/2. So now if we write it without negative exponents, we would have 3 over 2t to 1/2 power plus e to the power of t, square root of t on the bottom, and then plus 2e to the power of t, t to 1/2 power, or square root of t. Those are the same thing. So that would be your final answer for 21. Alright, so now I want you guys to try out number 3, number 5, and try number 7. So you could pause the video and try those out. So now let's look at number 3. Number 3 is just a simple polynomial function, so we could just set it up real quick. 4x squared plus 3, that would be fx, times g prime, which is 2, and then we add it on to f prime, which is 8x, and multiply it by 2x plus 5. Now if we simplify all that, we get 8x squared plus 6, and that's added to 16x squared plus 40x. Now if we simplify all of that, we get 24x squared plus 40x plus 6. And that would be your final answer for number 3. And now number 5 is x cubed times e of x. E to the power of x, actually. So f of x again, which is f of x is x cubed in this scenario, and g of x it will be e to the power of x. So f of x is x cubed, g of x is g prime of x is e of x, and then that's added on to f prime of x, which is 3x squared, times e of x, which is gx. And then if we simplify that out, or rather, yeah, simplify it, then we get x cubed ex plus 3x squared ex. And what you could do is you could factor out e of x, and your final answer would be e to the power of x in parentheses x cubed plus 3x squared. And now number 7. So number 7 is f of x 3x squared minus 5x. So this over here is going to be our f of x, and this is going to be our g of x. So let's write it out. 3x squared minus 5x times g prime, which is e of x, plus 6x minus 5, which is f prime of x, times e of x, which is gx. And now if we multiply it out, we get 3x squared e of x, e to the power of x, minus 5x e to the power of x, plus 6x e to the power of x, minus 5 e to the power of x. Now if we simplify even further, we would get 3x squared e to the power of x, plus x e to the power of x, because this is negative 5 and this is positive 6, and minus 5 e to the power of x. And that would be your final answer by the product rule. So I hope you guys understood the product rule. I know we couldn't do as many questions, but that's just a space thing, since the product rule and the quotient rule are one of the most space consuming rules. Like the chain rule and the power rule are much less space consuming, but with questions like these, if you ever want to check your answers too, simplest way is just simplifying it and then using the power rule. But you could also use the chain rule and stuff. So yeah, that's basically it.